How often do you find yourself asking really deep existential questions? Questions like, what is reality? How can this all be? What does it all mean? I imagine they come to mind pretty often. After all, you're human. You need answers to these fundamental questions. Otherwise, you get pretty depressed and uninspired. I've noticed, though, that most people stop seeking answers the moment conventional wisdom tells them to stop seeking. That is, when scientists tell us that reality is unknowable from the first-person perspective, we tend to lose all hope that we can know it. Or when we're told that the material universe started with the Big Bang, end of story. Then we invariably overlook what must have come before. Or when we're told by postmodernists that the world is inherently meaningless, we then tend to relinquish all desire to actually make it meaningful. Despite all of these claims making me feel unimportant and isolated, I also believed that for well over a decade, I just kind of assumed that my life would be filled with this confusion and skepticism and nihilism until the day that I died. That is, until I took a closer look at my basic belief structure and noticed a huge gaping flaw. And what was that flaw? It was in how I was defining words such as reality, universe, and meaning. Follow me here. Defining something means to put boundaries on it, right? Or to describe something exactly as it is. So in what way could I, or anyone for that matter, possibly define reality or the universe or meaning itself? These concepts are, by their very definition, ironically, spatially and definitionally undefined. Okay, let me say that differently. There simply is no bounded or definable shape that can encapsulate everything. Something that is finite, like the word reality itself, right? The word reality has a start, it has a finish. That can't possibly explain the infinite. Finite can't do anything with the infinite. It's as simple as that. What this means then is that the answers to life's deepest and toughest questions cannot ultimately be answered through definitions or words themselves. Like when someone says to you the sentence, the meaning of life is to help others. That meaning is meaningless, right? It's just words. It's just words. Now, this is not to say that existentialism, depression, confusion, skepticism can't get lifted, though. Words may not do the job, but something else absolutely can. Presence. Stillness of mind. Alan Watts actually captured this idea better than I ever could, so let me read you an excerpt of his. Okay, he says, "What is reality? Obviously, no one can say because it isn't words. It isn't material, that's just an idea. And it isn't spiritual, that's also an idea. Reality is this. You see, we all know what reality is, but we can't describe it. To get in touch with reality is the art of meditation. It is the art of temporarily silencing the mind." So basically, if you want to know reality from the first person point of view, or if you want to be freed from your existential dread, you've got to stop thinking. Otherwise, you're just talking to yourself about reality rather than seeing reality as it is. But how do you quiet your mind? Simple. Just pay attention to the stillness that's already there. Try that now. Close your eyes and notice the first thought that appears. The very first thought. And then notice the second and third thought. And there was a moment in between those sentences, those words. Brief pauses for the mind to catch its breath. Those brief pauses are the stillness, and simply by bringing your awareness to them, they dilate. They become longer, deeper. Open your eyes. This emptiness of mind, you can actually cultivate through steady techniques in yoga and meditation. And if you're interested in learning more about that, feel free to sign up for my email list. The link is below, where I send you weekly to bi-weekly newsletters on thoughts, opinions, and techniques for discovering your true identity. That's all from me. Happy Sunday. I hope you go outside, enjoy something new, and I will see you here in a couple weeks.